morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm AJ Welker.
And I'm Cam Madrano.
Previously, Eye of the Tiger reported on the College Board decision to move AP registration deadlines to the fall. In order to address concerns for schools on a block schedule, classes that begin after the fall deadline may register in the spring.
And at the end of the day, regardless of whether or not the deadline is different, AP classes still help with the grade bump and it still helps you with your curriculum. So I feel like even if the deadline is inconvenient, it still would push me to take AP classes.
The window to register for classes that begin in the fall is between September 15th and October 1st. Classes that start in the spring term will have the chance to sign up between February 15th and March 1st.
Students in year-long block classes like AP Euro and AP US History must adhere to the fall deadline.
These deadlines will go into full effect by next school year.
April marks the start of Poetry Month. Students are welcome to join Miss Dibble in the library and post self-written poetry on the Poet Tree, as well as enjoy works from grades throughout the month.
It's National Poetry Month, so the idea is to expose students to a lot of poetry, to remind them that poetry really is everywhere, it's all around them, and to encourage them to use their own creative voice and maybe try to create poetry of their own.
If you have any questions, stop by the library and see Miss Dibble.
CAST testing began today. Sophomores tested during first period, seniors test during second, while juniors will test during third.
Juniors will return to the same room that they took the CAST test in, and all students will follow a one lunch schedule.
See page 7 of the latest print edition of Eye of the Tiger for the editorial board's take on standardized testing, as well as my personal view on CAST testing.
We now go to Natalie Russell with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Natalie Russell. Over the weekend, senior Jalen Solich competed in an Optimist game on the North team where they defeated the South team with a score of 119 to 112. Unfortunately, senior Maddie Law was invited to play but unable to participate due to an unforsaken injury.
The experience was amazing, actually. Just being able to start in the game also against all the top players from the area, it was all fun.
I think he was one of the best point guards in the area, and he proved all year long that he was, he was a major part of our success and one of the best, not only seniors, but one of the best players in the area. The last 6 minutes of the game, he took over. He scored all 9 of his points in the last 6 minutes, and he got really aggressive, and he probably scored the biggest bucket of the game, and it helped him win. So it was really exciting.
In other sports news, senior Anna Alexis Glod set the school record for the 400 with a time of 58.6 seconds at the Glenpool Invitational at Oakmont High School.
It feels really good because I saw it on the board my freshman year, and it was my goal all 4 years to get on the board.
Annie's just one of those people, when we do our workouts, she'll be out there after we're done with our workout and she does her own. She's always just hustling and making sure that she does her best that she can, and she works really hard. I think she sets an example, and so when she set that new record, everybody else kind of looks up to her and hope that they can improve their times. She pushes people to improve their times too.
Tonight, baseball plays at Vista Del Lago in a non-league game, while softball has a game against crosstown rival Wood Creek High School. And that's all in your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Natalie. Lil Nas X had a lot of fame previously for his song Old Town Road, but recently the song has exploded with the addition of Billy Ray Cyrus on it. The rap/country song hit #1 on the country Billboard charts before being taken down by Billboard for not reflecting real country music. In response to this, Billy Ray Cyrus hopped on the track and made the remix to Old Town Road, and it is leaps and bounds above the first version. Now don't get me wrong, the first version is great, but the addition of Billy Ray Cyrus just makes it so much better. Even if you don't like country or have already heard the first iteration of the song, I highly recommend listening to it. In other entertainment news, the second season of the Netflix original On My Block released recently, and it is amazing. After the huge cliffhanger at the end of the first season, this season rounds it out perfectly. While the show doesn't really discuss the events of the first season at all, it still does pay homage to what happened in it. This show and shows like it just show how skilled Netflix is in making shows, and they do them perfectly. After another cliffhanger at the end of this season, I am super excited to see what is in store for the next season. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Jackson. A couple of RH students have earned themselves an internship with Kaiser. Junior Tommy Vu and senior Taylor Rozek will spend their summer shadowing doctors at Kaiser to learn more about the medical profession.
I just volunteer at a hospital, and they'll just take me through the steps of what goes on
like in like a doctor's life, a nurse's life, just anything that goes on in the medical field is like a daily activity of it. It matches my interest because I really want to go into the medical field in my future. So an opportunity like this was like really cool to have.
The internship will start in June and continue throughout the summer.
Meanwhile, students in Avid classes have put together what has become an annual project to celebrate the spring spirit. Why don't we take a peep at what they've been working on? The Avid Peep project has become a tradition where Avid students create a diorama using the marshmallow candies. Students school-wide can then vote on their favorites. The creators of the top 3 get a prize.
So the goal of the Peace Project was to basically just bring out your creativity with something that's pop culture related, and it ended up turning out really good. Everybody was just collaborating in a group project, and it's no singular person doing the entire thing. It's really just to build up connections and to make more friends.
We focus on a lot of team building. So this is a way for students to work in a group in something that can be surprisingly challenging because you have to get an idea, a creative idea, execute it, get materials, work together, and so it's just a fun way to use those soft skills.
If you are interested in catching a peep of the marshmallow creations, be sure to stop by the library to check out some of the projects. Voting will be held Tuesday through Friday. And that's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
Be sure to check out the latest print edition of Eye of the Tiger for your guide to spring entertainment, a goodbye letter from Mr. Bird, as well as an investigative piece on the cost of chasing athletic scholarships.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.